Hello everybody, I'm alive, and so is the channel. So I noticed over the past month or so, I've had a handful of new subscribers, and there's been no content going up. I think the last thing I put up on the page on this channel was Berto and I doing some oval racing and iRacing, and I was supposed to stream a couple of weeks ago, last week, week before, whenever, and I just wasn't feeling up to it. So I'm going to do some practice for the 6 hours of Monza that we're doing this coming Saturday, and I'm going to tell you what's been happening. So, yeah, drive, start the car. First, some background. I'm 37 years old, but up until recently, I have felt, where's my, no, alright, don't know where my thing is. Hit thing. Anyway, up until recently, up here, I've been 24 years old. And what happens in your early to mid 20s? I think you're invincible. When I was 24, I was so invincible, I signed up to join the Defence Force. And I'd run most days after work, 2.4 Ks, and I tried to do it in under 12 minutes, because that was the requirement to make it into the Air Force. Had to do it in under 10 to join the Airfield Defence Guards. So to start, I concentrated on doing it under 12, and then from there I went to 10. And so yeah, the days that I didn't run, I had soccer training or a soccer match, and I think I gave myself one day off a week to just chill, you know? And that was awesome. I was so fit. Like, I loved every minute of that recruit course that we did. I didn't really struggle physically with much at all. It was great. I was so fit. Left there. One day I ended up moving to Sydney. I'd walk 20 minutes to the train station, get to work, and 20 minutes back, so I was still getting a bunch of exercise. Then I moved back to Brisbane, and I stopped getting so much exercise because work was too far away and too difficult to use public transport to get to, so I just drive. Eventually I bought like a rowing machine. I'll use that intermittently. For the last 6 months I haven't really been able to use it. What did I do first? First I think it was would have been once I turned 37, so it would have been about October, November. I sprained something in my neck just driving the regular car. And physio told me, yeah, don't use the rowing machine, just chill for a bit until it's feeling better. That started to feel better, and then I think I broke one of my toes. I accidentally kicked the couch one day, and God, it hurt. I never went and got it checked, so still unconfirmed whether it was broken, but it felt pretty broken. It was painful. I couldn't wear shoes for a week or two, and then I was hobbling around for a few weeks after that. I got really sick. I completely lost my voice for a few days at a time, like twice in the space of a month or two. So I really wasn't feeling up to doing much while that was going on. Then I got an inflamed vertebra in my back, which was causing pain in my ribs. Again, physio told me, no, stay away from that rowing machine, just, let it get better. That turned into multiple inflamed vertebra and more intense pain through the ribs. So that took me through to about February. Started to feel a bit better, and then coronavirus took over the world. So I started, health-wise, I started feeling really good. I didn't catch the coronas, still haven't, so far. And we got stood down from work. I went, alright, well, I've got some annual leave sitting there, so I'll use that, see what happens. First week we were off work, felt great. Because I did nothing, I just took it to relax. Everything that had been going on health-wise in the last 6 months, I just took the chance to chill. Work had been hectic, so I just spent a week doing nothing. I played video games, didn't do a lot of sim racing, but played video games, watched TV, read my book. It was awesome. And then I saw all these people on the internet talking about using this chance while you're in isolation and stuff to get fit and learn a new language or whatever. And I thought, what was that, a 54? That's not great. And I thought, all right, yeah, let's take this chance to, maybe I can start doing some exercise again. And I found, just randomly on YouTube, it came up in my recommended list. Do this 7-minute workout each morning, have your body break down fat through the day. And I went, oh, 7 minutes in the morning, yeah, sure, no worries. That was my first mistake, because I took that as first thing in the morning, like get out of bed, do these exercises. So I found that like on the weekend, I think, after my first week off, thought, right, Monday I'll start it. So went to bed Sunday night, woke up Monday morning. I had a late one on Sunday. Woke up on Monday morning, felt great. It was 20 past 10, but felt great, well rested, 100%. All right, let's start these exercises. And it was like 5 or 6 different exercises that you do for 45 seconds with a 30-second rest in between. Then you move on to the next exercise. 45 seconds, 30-second rest, go on to the next exercise. And they were just simple things like the guy called them medium intensity. So it was like, get in the push-up position, move yourself down onto your forearms, back to your hands, forearms, hands, forearms. Do that for 45 seconds. Then take a break. Then it was like toe tap. So again, push-up position, move your leg out, 40 degrees or so, tap your toe on the ground, bring it back straight behind you. Do that again, halfway through, swap feet, go the other side. And it was just things like that, so nothing involving weights or anything. Halfway through this video, the guy comments, who looked fit as hell, he comments on how he was already dripping in sweat. And when I watched it over the weekend, I thought, why is he dripping in sweat? It doesn't seem too intense. And I got halfway through this video and started going, oh god, yeah, I'm sweating. I've been out of bed a few minutes at this point. I've woken up, gone, all right, yeah, going to start these exercises. Maybe laid in bed a couple of minutes, check Facebook and Twitter or whatever, make sure there was nothing dramatic had happened overnight. So you get out of bed, go pee, get around there, go pee, put some shorts on, stretch for maybe a minute. So I reckon I was out of bed maybe 3 minutes before I started these exercises. Hadn't had breakfast, hadn't eaten for 10 to 12 hours. So I'm doing these exercises and I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking, oh, this is intense. While I was living in Sydney, I came back to Queensland a number of times for a holiday, came back to Brisbane, and one day while I was staying with Dad, I decided to go for a run around my old circuit and see if I could still do it in under 12 minutes. And I think I ended up doing it in 12 minutes 30, and I pushed myself to try and make it. Now, I pushed myself so hard, by the time I finished, I felt like crap. I felt weak, I felt real nauseous. I ended up going and laying in the backyard on the grass for a few minutes because I didn't want to suddenly throw up, all over the ground in Dad's place. So I lay there for a few minutes and it went away and I was fine. But I remember thinking, oh man, that's what happens when you push yourself too hard. So I started to get that feeling back as I was doing these exercises. And, oh god, like maybe I should stop. No, don't quit. Just keep going, finish it. Just don't quit. And 53.2 getting down. So I pushed through it. I did take it a little bit easier, but I didn't want to go too easy on myself. But that's cheating. And what's the worst that can happen? So I pushed through it, and by the time I finished this 7-minute thing, I felt fucking awful. I felt horrible. I was, feeling lightheaded. I had a little bit of the shakes, and again, I felt nauseous. I thought back like, oh god, this feeling again, great. And I remember thinking maybe I'll have, I sat on the end of my bed, still had the fan on low, but it wasn't really strong enough or near enough to me to have any effect to make me feel better. And I thought maybe I'll have a shower, cold water will make me feel better. And then I thought, actually, maybe I'll go sit downstairs, I'll turn the aircon on, I'll turn the TV on, cool air will make me feel better, TV will distract me from feeling nauseous. Once I start to feel better, I have some water. I don't remember what I did there. I don't remember if I had a shower or if I went straight downstairs. Shit. God damn it, that corner, man. Did I hit that wall? I think I did. Back to, yeah, I don't remember if I had a shower. I don't remember if I just went straight downstairs. The next thing I remember, I hope this isn't too boring for you. Next thing I remember, I've gone, I'm down here, I'm downstairs. I turned the aircon on, and then I remember turning it off. I'm speeding in pit lane. Then I turned it off. Like shortly after, I'm talking within a minute. Don't remember why. But I do remember going, oh, why does my ear feel like it's blocked? And what the hell? So I went and got a tissue. Now, if you're a little bit squeamish, maybe mute the video until I wave my hand. So mute it now. But I stuck the tissue in my ear and pulled it out, looked at it. Holy shit! There's blood! Why is there blood in my ear? So I've laid down and I didn't lay down then. I sort of went, okay, this is a bit odd. So I got a tissue. I got another tissue, stuck it in my ear, and I think I've gone and laid down on the couch. I don't think it's all that bad, you squeamish people, but you know, just some people don't like mention of blood. So I thought it's fair that. So basically, I've laid down on the couch. Next thing you know, I'm laying there, and maybe mute the video again, you squeamish people. I'm laying there and I go, oh, why is that wet? And I've lifted my head up and looked at the tissue, and the tissue's been soaking up a fair bit of that blood, and it's got to the point where it's wet on the outside of the tissue now, and I've gone, oh god, all right. So what did I say before? I was out of bed a few minutes when I started doing these exercises. Right. I was out of bed a few minutes when I was doing these exercises. So I got up at 20 past, started the exercises 3 or 4 minutes later. They went for 7 minutes, so call it 3 minutes plus 7 minutes, that's 10. I might have sat on the end of my bed for 2-3 minutes figuring out what to do. So 12-13 minutes, 20-30, so it's just after 10:30 by the time I start to lose track of stuff. I come downstairs, spend a few minutes with the tissue in the ear and that stuff, and I've laid down. Next thing I know, when I've gotten up again, I've looked at the time and it's nearly 2:15. So I've just lost 3.5 hours. I'm going, what the fuck is going on? So I called I thought to myself, alright, something's weird here. Do I go to the hospital? Do I go to the GP? Call the medical centre, ask them what they reckon. They said, come down here, we'll see you, see what we can do, and we'll take it from there. Thought, okay, my ear's blocked. Probably going to throw off my balance a bit. I don't think I should drive. Call my dad, Dad, can you do me a favour? Take me down to the GP's, fill him in on what's going on. Yeah, sure, I'll be there soon. Dad comes, picks me up, takes me down to the GP, sit there for a while. Eventually, they had a specific doctor in mind that they wanted me to see. It's the sort of medical centre you can either make a booking with someone specific on an app, or you just go down and wait till the doctor is free. So I didn't make a booking, I just went down there, and they must have looked or heard about what was going on with me and waited for a specific doctor. The doctor takes me through, asks me some questions, decides to send me for a CT scan downstairs. Okay. It'll take a few hours for the report to be done, so it's 3 o'clock or so by now. So it'll take a few hours for the report to be done. You can either wait around or go home and I'll call you. But alright, well, I'll leave it up to Dad, we'll probably go home now. Yeah, sure, no worries. Go have a CT scan done. Dad takes me back to his place, we sit around there for a while. CT scan place calls again at 4 o'clock. Heath, we got to do the scan again. Can't remember what she said, whether they did the wrong scan or whether the first one was unreliable. Maybe I moved a little bit, I don't know. I've never had a CT scan before, which is basically you lay there. So back down, have another scan. Yeah, it'll take another couple of hours for the report to be done, so probably worth going home. Okay, cool. Dad takes me back to my place. My jaw is killing me. At this point, like, jaw is really sore. Chewing isn't great, because my ear's sore, my ear's blocked, so the jaw's really sore, the ear's sore. Chewing wasn't fun. I had some dinner though, wasn't feeling nauseous at all. The nauseous feeling was gone by the time I did the tissue in the ear thing. I wasn't feeling nauseous anymore. I might have had a bit of a headache, and lightheaded / dizzy, which I put down to the blocked ear. Didn't get a real good night's sleep on Monday night, because anytime I laid on the left ear, it hurt. The jaw was killing me, the ear was sore, so I just could not sleep real well Monday night at all. Oh, that's right, doctor called me about 5 PM saying, my shift starts at 7:30 tomorrow, can you come down at 9, I should have the report of the CT scan by then. Yeah, sure. So, crappy night's sleep. I get myself up in the morning, get ready. I'm sitting there at 8:30 waiting for Dad to come pick me up. He said he'd pick me up about 8:45, take me down to the GP again. I get a call, it's the doctor. Keith, where are you right now? Well, I'm at home. Dad's going to pick me up in a moment and bring me down there for the 9 o'clock appointment. Yeah, okay, I need you to go to the hospital, you've got a fracture. What? Yeah, you got a fracture, you got to go to the hospital. Oh, alright. What, just like the Logan hospital? Yeah. That's fine. But I'll get an ambulance to come get you. No, Dad's coming to pick me up. It's, you know, he's nearly here. Can he take me? Oh, yeah, he can take you, that's fine. Alright. And then he goes, actually, no, come down here first. I've got some paperwork and stuff I've got to organise so that they'll take you straight through. Okay. Dad arrives, get in the car, fill him in, going on. Where's the fracture? I said, I'm guessing my jaw because it's sore as hell. I can't really chew too well. I ate dinner last night, but it's killing me. He says, oh, well, if you started those exercises to lose weight, then, you know, broken jaw is the way to go about losing weight. You can't eat anything solid. It's all got to be liquid. So we're joking about that. Takes me down there. I'm sitting in the waiting room for the GP. I said to Dad, you know, do you mind driving me to the hospital? Do you want me to get him to send me there for the ambulance? No, I can drive you. Ah, good on you, Dad. So he's waiting in the car park. I get in there. The doctor comes, takes me through. Not to his room. We walk past that. Out the back where all like the patient beds and stuff are. Alright, I need you to lay down here. Oh, okay. He's grabbed a nurse, got her to stop what she's doing to help him. Okay. And they're getting, you know, blood pressure things, and I'm pretty sure they might have taken blood or something. I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck is all this? He says, I've changed my mind, I'm sending you to the PA hospital. Okay. He goes, the ambulance guys will be here shortly, they're going to take you. I said, oh, I got Dad waiting in the car park. You know, he said he'll take me. No, you've got a fracture of you fractured your skull. Shouldn't be in a private vehicle. Well, with an injury like this. I've fractured what? I'm thinking to myself, fucking, like the thing that protects your brain is telling me I've fractured my skull. I'm confused as hell now. What the, huh? What? He goes, yeah. I said, okay, can I call him to say, tell him what's going on? Yeah, call him, that's alright. Okay, call Dad. Dad's, what? Yeah, well, he's putting me in the ambulance. So I'm starting to think now, shit, how much is this going to cost me? 53.0 still, alright. Turns out it doesn't cost anything, or didn't cost anything for me. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried now. I've been told I've got a broken head. And you know, they're asking me all these questions. How'd you bang your head? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I have no memory of banging my head. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't banged my head. You have to have banged your head. You've fractured your skull. Okay, well, I don't remember. Oh, okay. Has there been any clear liquid leaking out of the ear? No, not that I know of, just blood. Okay, oh shit, I forgot to wave before. Sorry guys. Maybe back up 10 minutes and... Anyway. God damn it. Anyway. I'm starting to get worried now, and doctor's, you know, getting all this stuff organised. And I said to him, look, Doc, I'm starting to get a little worried about all this. Should I... do I just need to chill out? Eh? I said, I'm getting pretty scared with all this that's going on. I said, do I just need to relax? Yes, relax. The ambos, they know exactly what they're doing. Because they're going to take you to the best hospital in the world. You're in good hands. Just you can relax. You'll be alright. Okay. Ambos rock up. Get the lowdown from him. I'm saying, alright, do you need to wheel me out there? Can we walk? Can you walk? Yeah, I can walk. I walked in here. Alright, we can walk if you want. Okay, you know, I've got to go in an ambulance, but I feel alright walking around. So, you know, other people waiting in that medical place must be wondering why, you know, what's going on with this clown walking out with being escorted out by these two ambulance people. Big silly grin on his face, trying to put on a brave face. And cotton buds hanging out his ear. Get in the ambulance. Yeah, those guys were champions. Old mate Kyle sitting in the back there with me, taking readings and blood pressures and shit. And how'd you bang your head? Don't remember. What? You don't remember? No idea. Oh, alright. Get to the PO hospital. I answered those same questions. I don't know how many times I answered those same questions that day. It took me into the ER, you know, oh, are we walking in? Do you have to wheel? No, we got to wheel you. Alright. And so the ER nurses all ask the same questions. How'd you bang your head? Don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Fucking, like, I should have got the stat deck written up and stuck it to the wall. I don't know how I injured my head. The next time a doctor or nurse comes in, hey, how'd you bang your head? Read the sign, punk! But yeah, these neurosurgeon people came and spoke to me. They had me hooked up to machines and shit. Like there's a machine that goes bing was up here. Yeah, it was all going on. And you know, I've messaged mum in the ambulance. So can I message mum? Let her know what's going on. Yeah, sure. So I messaged my, hey mum, don't panic, blah blah blah. I've also put something up. I remember if it was when I got to the hospital when I was still in the ambulance, but I put something up on Facebook. Oh, the lads are going to wonder where I'm at. I'll put something on Facebook. Not a lot of people read that. Some of them will see it. They'll fill the rest of the guys in. No worries. You know, I just spent a week online playing video games and stuff. Oh, where's he? And so I put something on Facebook about, you know, oh, who's just been put in the ambulance with a fractured skull going to the PO hospital? This guy. And I didn't, but you know, like, I didn't bother checking it for a while. I didn't think anything would come of it. And I checked later, and there's just comments everywhere. People going, oh, what the fuck? And there's a work group chat that we have going on that I always forget to look at. And people in there are sort of tagging me, going, hey, what's going on? Are you alright? What's happened? What's happened? And then people who haven't seen Facebook in that group chat. Huh? What's wrong with Heath? Obviously go on to Facebook. Oh shit, what happened? I don't fucking know what happened, God! So eventually they decided to keep me overnight for observation. And they were feeding me, I don't know, like a tablet form of morphine. I had a headache, but I don't know if that was stress related or what. I imagine it had something to do with the bloody crack to the skull I've taken. I did notice I had a bump on my head at some point. I remember thinking, where did that come from? I think I realised that before. I'd been told, hey, you've fractured the skull. So they kept me for observation overnight. Thought maybe I'll get a good night's sleep. Nah, came and checked me every 4 hours. But you know, she was really nice as well. I didn't, you know, it was probably poor form to hit on the cute nurse coming and checking on me every 4 hours through the night. But yeah, hospital's not a good place to get a good night's sleep. Next day, Dad came and brought me my phone charger and a book to read and change of clothes and stuff. Yeah, I'll fill you in tomorrow what's going on. So spoke to Mum on the phone, messaged a few people, got sick of messaging people saying the same thing. I don't know what happened. Next day, neuroscience guys came and did another CT scan to see if anything had changed. Apparently it hadn't, because they discharged me. Had a physio come and talk to me about some exercises I can do at home, like, you know, just walking in a straight line along the floor. So they tested me there. You know, balance and stuff. Balance gone. Balance still isn't great because the ear's still a bit blocked. And occupational something or other lady came and gave me a memory test, which I smashed. So that was good, and then they decided, yeah, alright, you're good enough to go home. So sent me home. Dad wasn't too keen on having me be here by myself. I live alone. Dad wasn't too keen on me being here on my own, so I stayed at Dad's place for 4 days or something, and then decided. So this was the Wednesday that discharged me. So I stayed there until Sunday, and I said, look, how about send me home? I'll see how I go for the afternoon. If I don't feel right, come and get me again. If I feel good, I'll stay here until things don't feel right. He said, yeah, sure. So I just made sure I checked in with him every now and again. Make sure, god damn it. Make sure I'm still doing okay. And yeah, so I got told don't drive for 6 weeks. Don't go to work for 6 weeks. We're sort of open, so I think some people at work are doing like 1 or 2 shifts a week. And they're much shorter, like minimal hours sort of deal, but not allowed to do that anyway. Thank God for going on JobKeeper. Went and had an MRI. I'm going to change this. I've got to do some wet practice. I'm going to change this to a wet session. Went and had an MRI. Results of that came back unremarkable. I think the turn was, which is a good thing. Apparently when I hit my head, it crashed my brain. Your brain floats in the, I can't remember what liquid's called, starts with C I think, floating in liquid in your head. And when I've hit my head, the brain shifted and it's hit the right side of inside my skull, and that caused a very small bleed. But it was insignificant, like not even worrisome enough to do anything about. So I thought, okay, that's cool. Let's go. And I did the MRI because the it's gonna kill my frame rate because I'm recording too. Had to do the MRI because really hide this. Now let's just load. Go. The neuroscience guys are rolling with the idea that I've green light, go go go. Where's my wipers? Wipers? No, that's flashlights. Look, that's chat. That? No, that's lights. That wiper's very near somewhere. Rain light. And Jesus, alright. Wipers. The yeah, they thought maybe I had an epileptic fit in my sleep, so they wanted me to do the MRI, rule out epilepsy. And apparently the results of the MRI came back so good, like the GP checked and it's like, yeah, no, that's really good. That's a good result. So I think they is better. Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs. Yeah, I know. So I think the GP pretty much ruled out epilepsy. And he was talking about, last time I was down there, he was talking about how, oh jeez, I think I might need some more TC. Traction control. He was still talking about how the neuroscience guys reckon I've had a seizure of some sort. And they were saying, you know, do you sleepwalk? You know, we reckon you've done this in your sleep, you've gotten up to go to the toilet or something, you've slipped, you've tripped, oh gosh. Wait around. You've slipped, you tripped something, you know. And I'm like, if I'd done this in my sleep, I wouldn't have felt 100% when I got up in the morning. You know, if I woke up and something didn't feel right, you know, I don't like exercising. I can't wait to get back to my bloody rowing machine because I've got my TV set up in front of it, upstairs, and I watch an episode of Seinfeld. I just sit there, start the episode, I watch an episode of Seinfeld, and I row until the end of it. It's great. But other than that, I don't really like exercising, so if I'd woken up, hadn't felt quite right, no, those buttons don't, alright, hadn't felt quite right, then, you know, I wouldn't have started these exercises. What exercises? He says. Told him this already, so I went through it again. The whole story of waking up and doing the exercise and blah 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 blah. You know, no food in the belly, nothing, blah blah blah. And he's looked at me and he's gone, you haven't had a fit, you've fainted. But that's what I've been thinking. He goes, you've exercised yourself to the point of exhaustion, which sounds ridiculous after doing 7 minutes of exercise, but considering all the circumstances, the last 6 months, and oh, holy moly, considering all that, and I'm not surprised this happened to me. Tyres are... I've got dry tyres on. God damn it. Yeah, considering all that, I'm like, yeah, he says, yes, you've exercised yourself to the point of exhaustion, and, where's the, ankle grip perhaps? No? It's gotta be under tyres, right? Okay, camber caster, back wet. Onyx. You know what? I'm gonna hide that. Hey, there it is. Wet. Haha. Out of there. Alright. Found the wet tyre setup. Oh, well, no. Same setup. Found the wet tyres. That's my mouse. So yeah, he's saying, yeah, you've exercised yourself to the point of exhaustion, and you've fainted, And that's when it's happened. Because it could have been in the shower, could have been as you're going downstairs, could have been anywhere. But that has to have been what's happened. I said, yes, that's right, thank you. I know the neuroscience guys had to rule out everything they could, but I've got an appointment to go see them in like 3-4 weeks or something, so hopefully they come to the same conclusion. But basically, yeah, I spent that first week or so after that accident was just like, I spent a lot of time with Dad, so I didn't have my sim rig here anyway. Even when I got home, like when the ear was still, it's still blocked inside now. At least the outside, there's nothing leaking out now. I can sort of hear properly. The balance is better, but the balance is still out. I tried doing, like jumping in here and doing some practice for this a couple of times, and I'd last a half hour before I'd sort of go, no, I can't do this anymore. Just I feel disorientated and just out of whack. But now I'm a lot better. I'm able to sit here, and I've been going. We've been going half hour, and I could just sit here and do this for ages. So at least that feels normal. It's just when I stand up, if I stand up too quickly, it's sort of whoa, all right. In the shower, I still sort of hold my ear a bit. I don't want to get water in there. But if I sort of look up and close my eyes while I'm holding the ear closed, that is a bit weird. But I'm on the mend. Hopefully, in 3 or 4 weeks, when I have my next appointment with the neuroscience guys, they can clear me to drive normally, get back to work, do all that. Yeah, not being allowed to physically get in my car and go for a drive, not that we should really be doing that anyway, but I just don't like relying on, Dad to come pick me up, take me to do my grocery shopping and stuff. But on the plus side, at least, with all that's going on in the world, at least this was the best time, I guess, for me to be out of action for 2 months. But yeah, fractured skull. So that's why there hasn't been any content on the channel for the last, last month or so, I guess. This race that I'm practicing for here, I'll be streaming that with Liam and Paul on Saturday. I think the race starts about 2 o'clock Brisbane time. It did last time when we did the 6 hours at Bathurst. But I'll schedule the stream. ARW, season was going to have started by now, but this whole coronavirus thing seems to have, I don't know, people seem to be a little bit more worried about themselves than starting the season. We've had this massive sim racing boom, and ARW have, gone underground, and I haven't been able to do anything for the last month or so. So that's where I've been, that's what's been going on with me. Hopefully I can start to get more content up on the channel now. I do have a video that just finished rendering of Joe, Drew and I playing For the King, which was a free game on the Epic Store a few days ago. And we've been having a lot of fun with that, so, man. Oh, but yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with that. Let's get some replay action going, actually. So, keep an eye out for that. That'll go up today after I put this video up, I guess. This has been a long video. This has been 33 minutes of me just driving around and talking shit. So, thank you for sticking around if you have. Yeah, keep an eye out on the channel for stuff coming up now that I can actually sit here and do some stuff. I will have more content for you guys. Thank you if you have been a recent subscriber. Sorry that this has been a shitty time for me to be entertaining people. I do enjoy doing all this stuff, it's just I physically haven't been able to sit down and do anything for more than 20 minutes, half an hour, like I mentioned. But hopefully that changes soon and I can get back into things. So yeah, keep an eye out on the channel, there's going to be lots of stuff coming soon. Comment if you want to see me do certain stuff, I'll see what I can do. I love sitting here. Oh, jeez. I love sitting here, racing and stuff. So hopefully you enjoy watching it. Oh, that just went back to the pits there. Alright, that's enough of me talking. I'm going to get to uploading. And yeah, keep an eye out on the channel. See you later.